translated by Sitchin about Sumerian and Chaldean stories of gods coming to Earth and teaching people how to do things.
Yes.
And to make transformations. Is that part of the story, do you think? Were those Pleiadians, those ones that you mentioned?
David Icke says absolutely not. He says those were reptilians, and that their agenda was control. Was control. The reptilian agenda is just flat out control, because they're a parasitic consciousness, and they feed off the spiritual energy that we possess that they don't possess. Next.
How much freedom do you have?
Freedom.
In other words, are you a god and you're able to? This is my complaint with The Secret. You know, they don't talk about training. They don't talk about hard work.
Right. But okay, you got to start somewhere.
Right.
You got to start somewhere.
Yeah, I agree.
And this is like, these are baby steps. We're talking about a population that this is like, they never heard of this stuff, right? Compared to, say, the Pleiadians, who grew up with it, who grew up with a sense of unlimited potential. And they talk about this in What the Bleep Do We Know? It's like, it's going to take a while before I can walk in a room and change water into wine, because I believe it. Okay? But it doesn't say I don't have the potential. When all the DNA is firing properly, when my brain is not firing at 3%, but on 100%, who's to say what you can't do? I mean, the adepts. If you read the books of Carlos Castaneda, the teachings of Don Juan, this is a Yaqui sorcerer. This is a guy who has done this stuff he has grown up knowing these secrets and functioning from that perception. You talk about walking on water. I mean, this guy can fly. I mean, this guy can shapeshift. I mean, we don't know what we can do. The only thing is we're just getting to the perception that, wow, what if? What can I do? I'm unlimited. It's like, well, how far can we go with that? Who knows? I think all of us can think of certain things in their life where you felt passionate about something. There's something you wanted, and you felt very passionate about it, and you didn't know haven't a clue how I'm going to do this. But it manifests for you. And I did a double whammy on myself back in the 60s. I was deathly afraid of being drafted, right? Absolutely terrified of being drafted. So what? I was drafted. Hello, right? But, and this is the whammy. I was drafted for a 2-year stint on active duty, and I knew I was going to go to Vietnam, get all shot off. So I said, well, I can sign up for an extra year and get clerical training. I'd be a clerk in an office somewhere. That I can do, right? So I signed up for an extra year. I was so mad. I was so furious when I signed that document to become a private in the United States Army, getting drafted. While I'm signing that document, I said, by God, there's no way in hell I'm going to be in the Army for 3 years. You know how long I was in the Army? 2 years. 2 years. After I was on active duty for 2 years, Vietnam was winding down. They were getting early outs for guys who had served so many months service overseas. I fit all the qualifications. It's like the last year of active duty I spent in the reserves right here in Tucson. So it's like, it was a double whammy. If I had known the secret, I wouldn't have been drafted to begin with. But it was an intention that was done with great passion. Intention, where? It was the passion. It was the absolute passion. I was so furious. When I didn't write my name for 3 years, I was not in active duty for 3 years. No, there's no direct connection in the John Lash material between the Pleiadians and the Sophia and the Nag Hammadi materials. The only connection I saw was how the Pleiadians perceive the hierarchy, the conceptual hierarchy of how beings become creator gods.